Greetings. This video is going to be why God and the stars are one. I honestly believe the universe is God, and I think aspects and transits is God. I think karma is God, and karma is actually a star. Karma is not just a phenomenon that happens once you do something good or do something bad. It's not just a phenomenon that what goes around come around. It's an actual point in the universe, an actual star being living thing in the sky that like much like the planets uh that affects us. You know what I'm saying? It's all kind of stars that affect us, and it's all kind of other planets and other aspects in the sky that we have to take into consideration that we don't really talk much about or dissect. So, what inspired me to do this video was just the thought that I did something that was against my self node. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a south node and a north node. You have the south node and you have the north node. Everybody has one, and because uh, uh, a south node is a generational point in the sky that changes. I think like every hold on, give me a moment. I'm gonna go back and Google it, but I think I want to say between every few months to every year. You know what I'm saying? To every couple of years. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to do more of my research on that. But I know for a fact that it's generational, and it's not just generational in itself, but the south node and the north node is a class, a peer point in the sky that everybody around us, somebody in our age group might share with us. So, as for example, I'm a Libra, South Node, and my North Node. Your North Node is always going to be the opposite of said sign. So, what I want to say is, uh, because I have a Libra South Node, that would mean I have a Aries North Node. So the opposite of Libra would be Aries. Just like the opposite of Cancer would be Capricorn, the opposite of Gemini would be Sagittarius, the opposite of Aquarius would be Leo. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you know your opposites, you know your opposites. If you don't, look up what every sign is. If whatever sign you are, look up what your opposite sign is. That don't mean they your they just mean that's your equal in life. You could learn something from that person. You could always learn something from your opposite sign. So basically, what the North Node is, you're gonna learn in this lifetime. It's your past life. I don't really believe in past lives personally, but quote unquote, this is what they call it in Vedic astrology, and this is what they call it in Western astrology. They say it has a lot to do with your past life, and if you believe in past lives, you might want to research the South Node and the North Node. So basically, as a Libra, North Node, South Node. As a Libra South Node, yeah, I'm smoking this little ass joint, but trust me, I be having ounces for days. I just got this one today. I'm gonna have another one tomorrow. Trust me. I be sitting here laughing because, it don't ever judge a book by the cover. You know what I'm saying? So what inspired me to do this video was the fact that I did something that was kind of against my South Node, and I did something that was kind of against my North Node. You know what I'm saying? They say if you have a Libra South Node, that means in your past life you were kind of like an Aries. You were you were a dark side energy of the Martian sign Aries. Uh, Aries has to deal with war, destruction, I try not to be negative about it, but that's basically what Aries represents. The energy in itself, not Aries people, but the energy of Aries. It represents war, represents danger, represents not necessarily chaos, because that would have to do more with Pluto and Scorpionic energy, but basically it's a masculine energy that it's assertive, it's aggressive, and it's not afraid to go to war. It's the warrior energy. So they quote unquote, the stars would predict that maybe in your past life you might have been a very violent, destructive person, and in this life you have to be a more, for me, that's why I'm saying, this is for me. So Aries being my north node, the opposite of my south node, Libra, I would have to be more like a Libra in this lifetime, which represents peace, which represents love and beauty, and on a first base level, not on a deep level, but literally like just on a physical level and on a aesthetic level. Is ruled by Venus or whatever. So Venus is the sign of love, beauty, attraction, and things of that nature. So I have a Venusian South Node in me, and I did something that was very disgusting the other night that I'm not proud of at all. And I just sit here and laugh because I got the instant karma that was coming to me. As I said earlier in the video about karma, I got the instant karma that always come to me every time I do something against my South Node. And that's why I'm saying the stars I got. And that's why I call the universe God. So this is why I'm bringing this all back together. I have to tell... I have a theory. I have a philosophy in me that I need to share. I had to leave a piece of me here, and possibly write a book someday. So, I'm not always able to talk this out with people. So I have to talk to a camera, and I'm willing to do that. So I could journalize my thoughts as well. This is just for me, so I always come back to these videos eventually and learn from myself at times. So I teach myself a lot, and you can too. Just smoke your weed, stay hydrated, and think for yourself. Don't let nobody else think for you. Think for yourself. But I honestly believe the universe is God, because when I did something that was against my South Node, my Libra South Node, as in this lifetime I'm supposed to be peaceful, because the stars said, quote unquote, us people as humans made the assumption that the South Node and the North Node represents past life and this life. So that's what we came up with as an assumption. Me personally, we don't know what it means. We don't know what the Rahu and Ketu means. That's what they call it in Vedic astrology. The Indian astrology, the Eastern astrology. They call it the Rahu, and then they call it the Ketu. So that's what they would call it. My Rahu is in Libra and my Ketu is in Aries. So, and I know it's Rahu. I might have been getting my South Node and my North Node confused throughout this video, but maybe I didn't. So hopefully somebody watched this and they let me know if I got my Rahu or my Ketu correct. Because I know in fact the Rahu is in Libra and the Ketu would be in Aries. So, maybe I'm gonna go back and look one more time, but I always get it confused. Like, is it my North Node or my South Node that's in Libra? But it's generational. Everybody in my age group right now, or was just born about the same few months that I was born in. If you was born in 97, I was born in 96. So if you were born like after the new year, towards 97-ish, yeah, you might have a Libra South Node. And if you was born before that, you might have a Virgo. If you were born before that, you will most likely have a Virgo South Node with the Pisces North Node. So, like I said, the opposite of Virgo would be Pisces. Like I said, you gotta pay attention to the opposites too. So it's like having this extra sign that challenges the duality during your lifetime of what you should learn in this lifetime. So that's basically why I think the universe is God, because I did something that was against my South Node, and I got instant karma behind that shit. Like, no cap. Um, Long story short, a guy nudged me at the bar because I went out with my brother and I was having a good time. My birthday just passed on Wednesday. I didn't go to the bar on my birthday, but I did go out to an outing that my brother invited me to this following weekend of after my birthday. So, I went out with my brother. I was having a good time, and I talked to a woman that I just kind of thought was not looking like she was having a good time. So I talked to her, and cause I just wanted to see what she was gonna be on. She was very nice, and she was cool. Um, Long story short, I was gonna decide if I wanted to buy the shorty a drink, and the reason I never bought her a drink was because she whispered something to her sister, because she was at the bar with her friend and her sister, or they might have been all family, but it was three women at a table, and I just engaged with all of them just to talk to her. And I was gonna buy a drink, but she said something to her sister. I didn't sure what it was, but it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, so I left her alone. And as I'm leaving the bar area, a guy nudges me. He nudges the fuck out of me, and I was like, damn, man, I felt that shit. I was like, So I'm just kind of, cause like, I'm real clairvoyant. Like, I've sensed this guy behind me as we're crossing paths. So this is me, this is him. The guy nudges me, and I just felt it. Like, something just made. I'm so like I'm just I don't know what it was, but I just knew that this dude had been talking to the girl I just got done talking to, 100%. So lo and behold, 5 to 10 minutes later, I turned to my motherfucking left. The goddamn dude grabs up on the girl that I'm talking to, because she was getting ready to go. So I'm like, I ain't even paying attention to shorty no more. The dance floor like 10 feet away. I just want to see who was out there dancing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna get up on there in there, but I definitely was walking around and seeing what was going on and shit. And I peep dude grabbing all on her in front of me and shit for she leave. I was like, man, I don't care about that shit. I go see my brother. See what my brother doing. I still thinking about that nudge. So that nudge like pissed me off so bad that I got telling my brother like, oh man, that dude right there with the red with the motherfucker right here with this motherfucker shit. He just nudged the fuck out of me, all because I was talking to a shorty, and I ain't even before I was talking to a girl he was talking to before I got there. So he nudged me and shit, and my brother like, man, niggas gonna hate, niggas gonna be niggas, woo, 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 woo. And my brother other friend was telling me like, yeah man, fuck this shit, they trying to tell me like, just try to have a good time. I'm not really having a good time at this point, because I just feel like I'm seeing eyeballs like eyeballing me across the fucking room. Why is Buddy staring at me? So something just came over me, man. The nigga gets to walking off, and as he walking off, I had this bottle of Stella. That's my drink. Stella strong as hell. Strong as beer, like 5% alcohol. I always go to the bar and I grab the strongest beer, which be a Stella. Yeah, they like $6 a pop at the bar, but it be worth it. So, it's like they'll be stronger when you at the bar for some reason too. Even when they come out the bottle, like what I'm saying. It's like it's just you pay that extra money for it or what? You know what I'm saying? Make a strong ass drink. That extra money make it strong. In other words, so even if it's coming out the bottle, so shit. I'm drinking a Stella. And I just had some Jameson. I'm drinking on whiskey. We pregame before we went to the bar, so I had whiskey before I came up there. And I got that alcohol in my system. I got the weed in my system. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good, but I feel like this nigga really is eyeballing me from across the way. Man, I takes the bottle and I cracked this motherfucker. In his shit, and that was completely against my South Node, because I'm not supposed to be like that in this lifetime. I'm not supposed to be the ram. I'm not supposed to be the ram in this lifetime. I'm supposed to be the goddamn scale. I'm supposed to be balanced and just trying to stay keep the peace or whatever. Keep the balance and keep the peace. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I just something came over me where I just feel like black men tend to pick on me more than any other type of people, and it just really makes me so fucking mad that, you know what I'm saying, the nigga always want to size me up and play with me like that and physically touch me like that. Like, why would you even try to nudge me at the club, dude? Like, you know, you just made a big fucking mistake nudging me like that, and I couldn't let that nudge go. So, buddy ass, they said he was leaking. I ain't even get a good look at him, cause before I knew it, the security guard that was right there in that area pushed me so fucking hard. I stumbled. I ain't fall, but I fucking fell. I fucking fell on my fucking ankle, my right ankle, rolled on my ankle to the right so hard that right now, you know, during the adrenaline, I didn't feel it. But after the adrenaline went down, I was in a world of pain. So it's the karma instantly hit me, because after I hit the dude, the fucking security guard was like, it's like he had like a late reaction too, because it's like he couldn't believe what he just saw. So he was like, what the fuck? So he did one of those, because he was real late with the reaction. Like, he didn't see me coming with it or nothing. You know, I'm a little snake in the grass. You know what I'm saying? You never know who you playing with. People like to judge a book by its cover. Like, yeah, I just might look funny, dude, but I'm really, you know what I'm saying? So he got to live with this scar on his head the rest of his life. And I feel like me as a person, ever since I was a shorty, I've been causing head injuries, and I always have gotten head injuries because of that. I don't have no first house. The first house ruled the head and the ego. And I also have this Aries North Node, and I think that. Oh, and I also have the Mars, which is ruled by Aries. It's touching my ascendant. So Mars is touching my ascendant, and the ascendant is the first house. The first house is the image. So I have Mars written all over my image, and I've always had, like, I've been stabbed in my face before. So I literally have no feeling in my face right here. People could punch me in my face, and depending on where they punch me at, I don't feel it at all. Like, I don't really feel the punch. So I have war on my face. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker stabbed me in the corner of my nose. Motherfucker stabbed me in the corner of my nose when I was like 22. You can't really see it today, because I use a lot of shea butter, I use a lot of cocoa butter, and I use a lot of black soap. So that shit the truth. I'm gonna wash up with nothing else. I just went and got me a big ass pound of black soap this past month, and I'm sticking with it, because I've always used black soap in the past, but I never used it full time, because you gotta go to you gotta go to the beauty supply store and get it. And I always forget it's at the beauty supply store. So every time I go to the beauty supply store, I make it like my hygiene trip. And you could get the shea butter from the beauty supply store, not Sally's, not that white people shit. I'm talking about the real Asian, Indian owned, black owned. It don't matter, but I think they mostly Asian owned. Most of them Chinese spots be Asian owned. I mean, most of them beauty supply stores be Asian owned, and yeah, the scars anyway. I use the good stuff for my face, and I call that shit the good stuff. Y'all gotta get woke on that. Stop using that lotion. Stop using that shit. Anyway, I did something that was against my South Node, and ever since then, like I'm on crutches now, because the fucking dude, the security guard, instantly pushed me so fucking hard. Like, no fucking cap. The motherfucker pushed me so hard. I fucking caught myself, and I rolled on my goddamn foot. So shit, I'm like this for about a week, and it's just a lesson from the stars. Like, every time you the aggressor in life, you're gonna get your instant karma. Well, that's just me. That's just me personally. I'm not talking about you guys. But if you have a Libra North Node, if you have a Libra South Node, if you're always the aggressor in life, you're gonna get your instant karma in one way or another. So as long as you're not the aggressor, you'll be good. You know what I'm saying? Keep the peace in this lifetime, and you'll be good out here. So learn from me, and the lesson from the stars. The Saturn, my Saturn in the eighth house got a lot to do with willpower too and shit. And my lessons, learning lessons. Saturn got a lot to do with learning lessons. So look at your Saturn and look at your Rahu and your Ketu, which is AKA the South Node, North Node. And I sound like Dolo Lupala, man. Shout out that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Peace. But not to the wicked. Bye.